So, even though I've just recently started my journey with the collective family, I'm so super glad that Latoya sent me a DM on LinkedIn. I'm so glad that we met, and I'm so glad to be in the elevation experience. So far, just seeing the structure, how she just puts everything together, where it helps you to just think about things that you just didn't think about in your career journey, and instead of feeling kind of boxed in, like you can only do one thing, or just feeling like you're all over the place. As you do each assignment, you're going to see for yourself that you're going to grow, and you're going to begin to see how things align for you as far as what you can do in your career and your next move. So I would encourage anybody who is looking for the next step in their career to join the Career Collective. If you can be a part of the elevation experience where you have more hands-on support from Latoya, even better. So I'm just excited to see where I land. And I'll be so happy to share with you all my story and my testimonial of what being in the collective did for my life, because I know it's going to be life-changing.
Happy Sunday, everyone. I am doing this live before we kick off on Monday. So happy Sunday. I hope everyone has had a chance to rest and do whatever it is that they do on Sunday, whether you went to church or you just went to Bedside Baptist. No judgment here. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and get started. And so we are going into oops, sorry, y'all. We're doing a covering. Trying to get this where I can see everything and everyone. Hold. Perfect. All right, there we go. And if you want to drop a hello in the comments, you are more than welcome to do so. I love seeing those come in as people drop by. But we are going to go over a purpose to payoff. This is your smarter October career strategy. And what do I mean by that? The reason why I went ahead and went live on this Sunday evening is because we are going to be in September for 3 days, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday, hump day. That day we all love so much, we are hitting October 1st. And October really can be your smarter October for your career. And that's what we're going to focus on today. So, with that being said, what happens in October? And why are there October stalls? Even if you have some purpose. So when fall hits, we all tend to slow down a little bit. I think for some reason, whatever reason, we kind of get into that psychological slowdown period. We know the holidays are coming. It means a lot of time with family. We just know it's supposed to get cooler here in Georgia. Can't speak for everywhere else, but here in Georgia, it's supposed to get a little bit cooler. And we just get into that mindset that we'll just wait till January. We're like, you know what? It's only 3 months left. I'll just wait till January. And there is, I said 9 months. I'm sorry, there's only 3 months left. I'll just wait till January. And there is so much that can take place in those 3 months. There is so much that can take place in those 90 days. You already know, like, it is packed with holidays. It's packed with travel for people. It is packed. The amount of things that people pack into the last 90 days of the year is astronomical. So Okay. So a lot of people, have that false start for January. And we all know what happens in January. January is when things get flooded. Everybody's going to be at the gym. They're going to have their New Year's resolution. They're finally going to leave that job. They're finally going to get in shape. They're finally going to save that money. They're finally going to hit those goals. And so January gets flooded with activity from all over the place. And so the reason why I would like to stress, hey, start now, start in October, start in September, even these last few days in September, is because take advantage of others slowing down. While they are slowing down, you are staying continuous. You're picking up momentum. You are staying at it. And that means you will be the one that is present at the top of the charts. All those things. You're going to be still working those connections and not just waiting because you're serious. You have goals. You have things that you're trying to do and goals you would like to accomplish, become before January 1st. We're not waiting till January. And some other things that happen is people will, again, wait till January. They'll do these random moves and have this same problem. And I talked about this on the last live, that you'll go and have the same problems in the new space that you go to. And then you have these wishful thinking talking points. You're like, oh, if I wait till January, I'll be better prepared. All of those things. It's a myth of a clean slate. So clarity isn't enough. You want alignment and action to create that payoff. And you want to do that alignment and action now. We are not waiting till January. We are not waiting till 2026. It makes no sense to wait till then. So I always have stories that I like to share with you all because I have so many examples. Again, I've been doing this for so long, but when I have people that I meet, and if you will go back and you listen to the intro, some people feel like they don't get any traction. They want to wait. So it's growing into October, and they're like, you know what? I've gotten no traction. I'll just wait. No. Why don't you have any traction? Why haven't you been getting any traction? And you will find out, what I tend to find out is because they do not have a plan. They are not focused. They do not have a clear purpose. I will repeat these things because it is all tied together. These things all repeat, and I see them. They show up. These themes show up every single time. If you do not have a plan or a purpose or a target, you do not have something to aim at. If you do not aim at something, how can you say you're not getting there? How can you say you don't have any traction? You don't even know where you're trying to go. So making sure that you have a clear purpose and that you are focused on specific roles. I told a friend of mine, I like to go through application systems even to this day, and I'll go through them just to kind of stay abreast and see what's going on, make sure I'm not too off the mark with things, and nothing really changes. And I think there's one that I may have did a quick apply to or something, and it said entry level. I was just clicking stuff. I wasn't even looking. I was just trying to see. And I think actually I was looking for jobs for some of my clients to try to help them out. And I got going through my email because I'm using an email that I don't really check that much. And I saw it and I had a rejection for an entry level role. And I was like, if I really wanted that job, that would hurt. But me knowing that, so many of you are applying to these jobs that you don't really want. But when you get that rejection, it's as if you did really want it and you sit in that. And if you can take a moment and really think through, did I really research that job? Is that job something I really wanted? Or did I just click on it because it had a quick apply button or easy apply, any of those things? And so what you do is you're inviting in turmoil unnecessarily, because when you get those rejections, regardless, they still hurt a little. You be like, they don't want me. And it's not that, when in truth, you did not want them in the beginning. So making sure that you are clear and that you apply with purpose. I always tell my clients, no more than 2 jobs a week. If you are really, really strategic and you know what it is that you're looking for, and you go through the full process that I lay out in my framework, in my community for my clients, it can take you 10 to 12 days to hit every single step. And I space it out over that time too, to not burn you out. There's no reason that you should be putting in 50, 60 applications a week. You cannot make me believe, you will not be able to change my mind and tell me that you found 50 jobs that aligned with what it is that you want to do. If you tell me that you're putting in 50 applications a week, I am automatically, I know that you are unclear, that you are not focused, and you aren't quite sure what it is that you want to do. You kind of go however the wind blows. So I'll get off of that person in that example. And the other example I have for tonight is my client that has a strong resume. Resume is great, but their positioning, when they get to the interview point, the screening, their positioning is weak. And so one of the things I want to say, and I was having this conversation with my friend today, is there is so much pressure put on the resume. Yes, your resume, it helps. It's part of the process. It's part of demonstrating what it is that you can do, what you can bring to the table. But it is not the end all, be all, ends all. It is not. I have been doing this for over 20 years, and I promise you, I have seen some horribly written resumes, and it did not keep the person from getting the job. I have seen people do horrible writing examples. It did not keep the person from doing the job, because if they can at least get in and they know somebody and they can get in front of them, and if they can show that passion and that willingness and that they are easy to work with, all of those things line up. They don't care about the resume. Not really. The resume, and some of my resume writers out there may agree, disagree, and that's fine. But I think from a hiring manager perspective, and for recruiters, sometimes that resume is used as a crutch to disqualify people. It's not always used to qualify. It's used more as a target to disqualify. And when you think about it that way, then you have to know don't put so much weight in your resume. Now, does that sound crazy? Coming from a career strategist, someone whose job it is to help people with their resumes? Yes, but I'm just telling you the truth, because I have people that will obsess over changing that resume for every single job. And the jobs aren't that different if you're focused. You shouldn't have that much that you need to change. You should not. If you are focused on what it is that you're applying to and that you are trying to achieve, and you have that goal identified, there is no reason why you should have to change your resume that much. These are things where people can get you all anxious, and you're stressed, and you're worried. And for what? And stop, and I'll get off this in a second, and stop buying into this, I'll make your resume ATS friendly. No such thing, okay? It is a machine. The best thing you can do is make sure that it is in a PDF format. It is that is the best thing you can do. And make sure it's readable. That's it. And everybody's version of readable is different. And that's why you have to be comfortable and owning who you are, how you show up, and how you're going to network with people. And so be mindful of that, because you can have 25 versions of your resume and still not get anywhere. Or you can have 25 of your versions of your resume, and then when you get to the interview, you still blow it because your positioning is weak. And this will be another topic for another day. What happens too is people spend so much time on their resume. They use the AI tools for their resume, and ChatGPT, the resume, whatever, they make it speak to that position, but then they can't speak to the resume. They can't speak to those skills and those qualifications that are needed. And so their positioning is therefore weak, and then they are disqualified. So that's what I'm saying, because sometimes the resume may not be that great, but if a good recruiter, they will know based on where they've been and the jobs that they said they have done, okay, yes, this person should be able to do that. And that person will get in there and knock people off their socks, because maybe writing is not their strong set and their strong suit. But I'm not saying that to say resumes are to be thrown out to the wind. I'm just saying people put way too much weight in everybody's version of the right format. The best format is going to be different. But one thing I will say is simple. Keep it simple. Now, that is one resounding thing for real career coaches and resume writers that I do see. The ones that be like, hey, yes, you keep it simple, because recruiters, we're glancing, we're skimming over it. We're not spending that much time on it. So for the person that had my client that had the strong resume, they lack confidence, and they actually took a career personality quiz that I have to identify what their personality type was. And that helped me identify what it is that they struggle with when it comes to speaking to their accomplishments and how to position them for leadership. It's just they couldn't speak to it. It was fine on the resume, and someone else helped them write it, so they didn't feel like they wrote it. And sometimes I'm like, get a pen and paper, get a pencil and paper. I want you to write out what you have done, what you have accomplished, because that way you believe it, you know it, you did those words, not someone else. So the 3 anchors that we're going to go over are the 3 anchors for momentum in October. So I kind of already hit on these, but it's going to be your roles, your resume, and a roadmap. Again, if you have watched the previous lives, you're probably like, wait, hasn't she said this before? Yes, but everybody receives things differently. So if you didn't get it the first time, maybe this is the time, the iteration where it clicks and you're like, okay, I got it. But your roles, you want to aim for 2 target roles. You really want to aim for what it is that you want, not what you can do, because doing what you can do has probably led you to burnout, being miserable. There's a lot of things that we can do, but you want to aim for the things that you want to do, where your talent and your skills and your passion all intersect. That is what you're aiming for. And those jobs do exist. They are out there. So again, aim for 2 target roles. No more blindly applying to anything that pops up in your email box to say, hey, you may be a match. Okay, and look at it. Is it something that you want? If not, keep it moving. Be hesitant unless you've really, really built a strong filter. Be hesitant of what gets emailed to you. Go out there and search, make the connections, have the conversations. The other piece is your resume. So again, your resume is up for interpretation, how everybody looks at it and reads it. So let me even share this, give this insight, okay? A recruiter can think the resume is perfect. The hiring manager gets it and like, whatever. They give it to their supervisor, who's like, oh, this is garbage. And then the inverse can happen. The recruiter's like, I'm not too sure about this resume. The hiring manager reads it and looks at it like, oh my gosh, this is who I'm looking for. And it could be because you spoke their language. You put something in a way and for that specific industry that just spoke to them. It is such a luck of the dice, the throw, and how that happens. I am telling you all. So you want just something professional and it speaks to what you have done. Show your receipts, show your results, the scope of what you have been working on, your outcomes, not just a task list. If we end up working together or any activities, any of the workshops that I do and I host, I usually start there because most people be like, well, I haven't accomplished anything, or I don't know how to say what I accomplished. And I'm like, okay, then write it down what you do every single day. Write it down. Then go back, write down, identify the ones that you do the best. Which ones do you do well? What are your 5 things that you do like? Okay, tell me a story about you doing that thing. And we get there. It's there. It's just that you've been doing it and sitting in it for so long, you're not seeing it for what it really is. And then roadmaps. Roadmaps are a favorite of mine. You can call it a roadmap, you can call it a checklist, you can call it a plan, whatever you want to call it, but we're going to call it a roadmap. And a simple 90-day plan with weekly actions will help you so much. And if that, it goes back to the application strategy that I have for my community members. There's a step, like I said, it takes 10 to 12 days. So, day 1, you find that job. Day 2, we're looking for people. Like it's on repeat, and it's a checklist that you're going through. And you've known that you've given it your all. You've done all your due diligence when you hit that submit button. And there is just something so satisfying and gratifying about being able to check that box off when you've done something. So do not underestimate having a roadmap, a 30-day plan, 60, 90. I think last night I actually have something I'm working on. And I'm actually, one of the things I do stress is start with a week. If you get overwhelmed by seeing a lot of tasks and it makes you overwhelmed, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't do this, it's so much to do. Start with a week. Do 1 week, check off the things that you accomplish, and then go back. And you're like, okay, I did it. Then go do 2 weeks. Do that one. Then make a 3-week plan. Keep going as far as you can go until you can do the 30, 60, 90. A 30-day plan is efficient in itself, only because you may need to tweak the 60 and 90-day scope depending on what you actually accomplished in the 30. And so that's what I'm saying. Everything is fluid. Okay, things happen, things change. You do not have to stick to it to the T. And if you happen to get off track and veer off track, reach out to me. That's what I'm here for. And we get you back on track. It is not a problem. And so just kind of make sure that you're doing what you can do. Do not set yourself up for failure. It kind of goes back to the whole wait until January thing and the New Year's resolution. Most of the New Year's resolutions fail because people are overzealous and they set these big audacious goals. And then when they don't do it or they miss one day, they're just like, oh, I'm done. I'm over it. I'm not going to try anymore. What was the point? And I'm like, no, you were making progress. You still did it. One of the best things examples I have is if you are on a weight loss journey, if you have a goal to lose 20 pounds and 6 months, I'm just throwing something out there, and that 6-month period is up and you've only lost 18 pounds, have you failed? No, you still made progress. You have to readjust. So maybe it's not that you could have lost 20 in 6 months. You need 7 months. You'll get those last 2. You readjust. That is how you have to look at things, even when it comes to your career, your goals, almost anything in life. That is what you have to do, and being okay with making changes to it when necessary. So with that being said, I want you to look at this and decide which of these do you need to give the most attention in October. And if you want, you can put it in the chat. You can message it to me. You say, hey, I watched the video. I am going to focus on my roles, identifying my roles in October. Or you can say, I am going to work on my receipts. I need to make sure that my receipts are showing up in my resume. Or it could be, I'm going to work on my roadmap. I'm going to start with 1 week or 2 weeks or 30 days. But which of these do you need to give the most attention to and nurture when it comes to your career and where you are at currently? So we go over that one more time. Are you looking for the roles, the receipts, or the weekly actions? When you have purpose, it leads to payoff. That's it. In the workshop that we have coming up on October 15th, we go deeper into this and we actually build it step by step. So if that is something you're interested in and you want me to help you, build it out step by step, please consider coming to the workshop on October 15th. What I've been saying consistently the past few days is do not wait your turn. There is nothing beneficial right now in waiting to see what happens. You need to be proactive. You need to be getting ready. And if you are ready, you need to make sure that you are staying ready. Do not wait your turn. Take your seat. And if you want help with this, register for from Stuck to Strategy. The link will be in the comments. But the first session is October 15th. And it's a interactive workshop. We will be doing some work. You will walk away with tangible items, things that you actually need to do, because that's how I believe people learn, and it helps reinforce those things. So again, do not wait. Do not wait. And if you want to get ready, get started, do it now. You don't even wait till October 1st. Go ahead and do it now. Or start planning for it. If you at least want, like, if you choose to do the roadmap, start planning your roadmap now, Monday and Tuesday, and on the 1st is when you're going to start implementing it. But do not wait till January. Do not let October, November, and December pass you by and you've done nothing because you're going to wait till January. That time is over. Do not get caught falling behind. Okay? I would love for you to connect with me. If we're not connected on LinkedIn, please feel free to send me a connection request and also register. And the replay will be up shortly.